what became very clear to me was that a major source of a lot of the dissatisfaction that we all have around career development can be traced back to these very limited definitions, limited expectations that we have around what career development is all about. We have been sort of brainwashed into thinking career is the title, the career development is the promotion and the movement among roles. And it's a mathematical impossibility. We're never going to be able to give a promotion to everybody who wants to grow. And so no wonder we've got these statistics right now around dissatisfaction, intent to leave, number of people who are leaving. And so much of the reason is they don't see opportunities to grow. And so the world has changed, work has changed, careers have changed. It's time for career development to change along with it. And that was really the impetus for the book, was how can we redefine career development in a way that meets today, that meets the reality of today's workplace. And so promotions are so yesterday.
Yeah. So was there like a lot more focus on promotions before everything got turned upside down, and everyone had to start to work from home, or has it always actually just been there, but it's kind of just been kind of hidden by something else?
So from the time we're kids, most of us are conditioned to equate success in the workplace with a title. We're asked, what do we want to be when we grow up? And then we get to the workplace and we're asked, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? We are conditioned throughout our lives to think that climb up the ladder, that the ascent to next levels, that roles and titles and everything that goes along with that's what success is. And so I would say from that standpoint, that has been a constant for the past, as long as I've worked, at least a few years. And so that undercurrent, that set of expectations and pictures of what success looks like has been there right along. I think what's happened over the last couple of years is many of us had to, really confront our mortality. We had to deal with some of the hardest things we've ever had to contend with. We have looked long and hard at what's important and reestablished priorities. And many of us have decided we want a different relationship with work than we had before. And that's where the opportunities, I think, really lie here, is we're at a point, kind of an inflection point, really, when it comes to the workplace, where some of those old expectations are giving way to new priorities. And managers who understand that, leaders who know their folks well enough to be able to tap that, they are in a powerful position to engage and create satisfaction and employee experience and the kind of retention that will battle some of the great resignation, reshuffle, reevaluation, whatever we want to call it.
So what do you think is this cause of the great resignation?
There are lots of reasons. The data would suggest that certainly development opportunities for learn and growth, they are among the top reasons people are leaving. And that's not new either. Let's be clear. For decades now, it's been career development has been one of the top reasons people stay, leave, join a new organization. So that's a continuation of that trend. The other thing that we're seeing a lot, of course, is the desire for greater flexibility. People who, organizations for years said, the remote thing, we wish we could do it, but we can't. Our systems won't allow it, until they did, when they had to, and push came to shove, we figured it out. The genie's out of the bottle on that. And now employees have gotten a sense of a different way of living, a different cadence, a different level of flexibility, and have been able to maintain or even elevate their productivity in the process. And so the tug back to the workplace is not sitting so well with a lot of folks. And other organizations who are willing to be borderless and remote and hybrid are a more attractive venue in many cases.
it seems that these days, because so many people, especially over the last 2 years, because so many people have had to work from home, like all the other kind of benefits around having a place where you go every day, a routine, that gets you out of the house, people who you see every day, there was a lot of benefits to that. And then that was all just completely, just ripped away like in a second. And now it put all the focus on the role itself, right? And so now there was nothing there to kind of hide the things that were missing. That was now gone. And now it's all just, this is my role. How am I going in my role? Like, is my role good? And it's not, it's not just about promotions, because a promotion happens in a second, but it's the everyday, right? And what seems to be at the core of your book is the fact that the promotion is a title. A title, of course, everybody would like a title improvement. That's the purpose of a career to some point, right? Like, like across time, that is the gauge of success, but it's the everyday, right? And I think that's probably what your book kind of focuses on is, yes, everyone would like more money, of course, right? And yes, career progression from a title perspective is important, but there's a reality that there's also like all the parts in between that, because that happens in a second. They change their footer signatures, they change their LinkedIn profile, but the everyday still kind of happens.